The Donald took to Twitter today, and he's now calling out Carly Fiorina. Well, Fiorina jumped on the bandwagon of Megyn Kelly's supporters, telling CNN that women understood Trump's comment. She understood Trump's comment about Megyn Kelly, i.e. the blood coming out of her eyes and, quote, everywhere. Trump didn't take it lying down. He shot back on Twitter that, quote, I just realized that if I listen to Carly Fiorina more than 10 minutes straight, you develop a massive headache. She has zero chance. I can just hear him saying that. Yeah. Now, your favorite person, Jose, back around again. Here comes the Donald. Well, he's coming out swinging. It's so funny because, all these people that are kind of, out of the media stratosphere at the moment, they want a piece of his publicity. Yeah. They're trying to take bites out of him to get the spotlight. It's hilarious. We saw Carly's comment on Twitter about him, and now she says, Mr. Trump, there is no excuse. And then she says she stands with Megyn Kelly. Also, Scott Walker. Who's Scott Walker again? Who? We actually heard from Scott Walker. I agree with Carly Fiorina. There's no excuse for Trump's comments. Stand with Megyn Kelly. SW. I mean, he really wants a piece of this action. He's feeling very left out.
Look at me.
Right, exactly. He's like hopping up and down.
I think that's the value of Donald Trump is that making this race really, really high rating one. I mean, anything that he does brings attention. His money.
Jose?
Like he said in one of his tweets today, he said, I'm bringing Fox the best ratings ever in history, and they are not treating me right. I don't know what he's expecting in return for his.
Do you feel? Working. Let me take you back. Do you feel he was talking about menstruation, when he was referencing Megyn Kelly, or was he just talking about the blood coming out of her eyeballs?
Yeah, I think he's reading too much into it.
I do too.
I don't give him that level of intelligence.
He was saying Megyn
I think he was just
period.
referring to the anger, and I think for myself, what we talked before, I think it's justified. I think if you're a woman or you respect women for what they are. The attitude that Donald Trump has continuously, and now he's banking on it, and that's the really sad part.
That is the really sad. He is very savvy when it comes to the media.
And he's banking because he knows that this polarizing speech is working because either, any other candidate is trying to hit. We saw Lindsey Graham trying throw
gonna throw some stones
a bone
at
there and say
there.
hey, look at me, I want to be part of the group.
Right.
But
they all are. Bobby Jindal actually, came out lashing against Trump. You have to remind yourself some of these characters that are out of the spotlight. I mean, everybody, of course, knows who Bobby Jindal and Scott Walker are. But one, and his name is escaping me. I actually had to Google him. I'm like, who is this? Why does he want a piece of this? It was just really interesting that some of the lesser.
I think that's the reality. Trump.
They can't get media on their own. They have to take his.
Yeah. And that is exactly what he brings. He brings a lot of media opportunities, a lot of headlines, a lot more work for writers around the clock, because he's always giving something out to people to talk about. But he's not giving out important information.
What do you think?
He's not giving out policy. And I think at some point, all of this circus and all of this, TMC politics, is going to end. And it's going to...
or he's going to bankroll it all the way to the. He's laughing all the way to the bank here.
At some point, he has to come, clean with policy and with the real reasons why the American public should vote for him, because this is not The Apprentice.
Like he's doing that, and a lot of people around this country, they support this man. They come out in droves, and it's weird. He was buying supporters the first one, and now he seems to have picked up a lot of steam.
They support a character. They support something that they've seen on TV, and then they supporting a fictional character because he's not providing a platform.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let me ask you. I have a question for you. Not to cut you off, because I know he's your favorite person. You love talking about him. But do you think Rand Paul was right when he said that he's an insider pretending to be an outsider? That was a comment it really stuck with me. I'm like, is he an insider or an outsider? Because he's touting himself as this outsider, when in reality, he's...
I don't think he's an outsider. I think he's part of the privileged 1%, and they all hang out, and they've done it before, and he donated to them. Right. Now he's just capitalizing on a moment where he sees how America is fed up with this focus group politician that it moves really carefully and everything is scripted. I think everybody is, and we should.
I can't stand
them. And I think that's the only positive thing that I draw out of Trump is that he's waking up America in terms of we need someone authentic. But guess what? We have Bernie Sanders. He's as authentic, and he's a real politician, and he is more concerned about the American citizen than he is of his own bottom line and his net worth.
You're going to hear Bernie Sanders tonight, I take it?
Yes.
If you're joining my colleague, please log on, post those comments below. Are you going to hear Bernie Sanders tonight if you're in the LA area? Also, what do you make of Trump, these tweets, this Twitter war, people wanting a piece of the publicity? Post those comments while you're at it. Be sure to check out the rest of our channel and, of course, subscribe to the Lip TV 2 for more.